Today I'm going to show you the perfect chord practice routine. One that will help you master all major and minor chords in every key, including their inversions, which are absolutely essential if you want to play chords smoothly and confidently on the piano. The big benefit of this routine is that it's musical. You're not just drilling chords in isolation, you're training your hands to work together the way they actually do when you play real music. And most importantly, making your practice actually sound good, which makes it more fun. Let's dive right in. This routine can be split up into 4 stages, but before we play anything, let me quickly explain what the circle of fifths is, because this is what makes this routine so effective. The circle of fifths is a way of organising all 12 keys so that each new key is a perfect fifth away from the previous one. So we can go from C to G, then G to D, D to A, and so on. Practicing the chords in this order is ideal because the keys are related via their key signatures, which not only applies a logic to the routine, but also helps your hands and ears adjust naturally as you move around the 12 keys. Anyway, here's the first stage of the routine. So we're going to start at the top of the circle, so the C major, and your right hand plays the C major triad in root position. Your left hand plays the root note an octave down, so a C. And your left hand is going to play that 8 times per bar, because we're playing 4 beats per bar, but using 8th notes, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your right hand holds down the chord, while your left hand adds some rhythm underneath. And if you've got a sustain pedal, we'll use that as well. So once you play C major, you move clockwise around to the G major. And you do the same thing, chords in your right, single notes in your left. Then you'd move on to the D. 2, 3, 4. Then around to the A major. 2, 3, 4. And then you keep on going around the circle of fifths until you get back to the C major at the top. Start by playing it slowly, and then once it feels comfortable, you can gradually speed it up. And eventually, you can play it along with either a metronome or a backing track, like this. By the way, if you're new to chords or you don't know all of them yet, then I put together a chord chart for you with all of these on that you can download for free. I'll leave a link in the description below. In the next stage of this routine, we're going to include the inversions. And if you don't know what an inversion is, it's when you take the C major chord, which is in root position. This is because the C is at the bottom of the chord. And if you take that C and put it up an octave to the right, keeping the other 2 notes the same, that would be a C major first inversion. If you do the same thing again, take the lowest note, which is now the E, and put it up to the right to here, keeping the other 2 notes the same, that would be a C major second inversion. And if you do it once more, you'll notice, look, the G goes up here, you're back to the C in root position, but 1 octave higher. Learning inversions is so important to being able to play chords and move between them smoothly, and it'll make you sound much more professional and fluent. And this routine is going to really help with that. So if you add both hands together, your left hand is the same. You're going to go 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. And so your left hand is going to play all the way through on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and your right is playing 1, 2, 3 and then hold. And then you'd move on to the G. So you would go 1, and then move to the first inversion of the G, and then the second inversion of the G. And if you don't know your inversions yet, then I would advise just sitting and even focusing on just the right hand to start off with. So the D major, and then you're going to go to the first inversion. So if you need to, use both hands to point to remember where you're going. the D first and then F sharp, up an octave, D second inversion. And the more you do it, the easier it will become. And you just keep on going round the circle of fifths using the same technique. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then round to the E major. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you just carry on round using the circle of fifths all the way back round to the C at the top. So here's a full routine played along with the backing track. If you're a member of Bird's Piano Academy, you can download the sheet music as well as the backing tracks inside your members account. And if you're not a member yet, you should check it out. It's a great way to stay consistent and make faster progress. There's a link below in the description. So, once you're comfortable with the major chords, we can do the exact same routine with the minor chords. We'll start at the top on the A minor and again move around the circle of fifths. Then you can work through the inversions as well. And if you really want to push this routine even further, you can play the inversions up and down the piano like this. And so on. And of course, you can also tweak these routines so that you're playing the chords in the left hand if you want. But that's up to you. So if you stick with this routine, you'll notice a massive difference with how confidently and fluently you play chords. So give it a try and let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then you should check out the Bird's Piano Academy membership. There's a whole range of step-by-step courses that teach you how to play piano in a fun and structured way, helping you to learn quickly and efficiently. And if you're in the mood for another lesson right now, then watch this video, where you will learn how to add runs, fills, and embellishments to your chords. Enjoy.